I am always on the lookout for a recipe that I can make in advance. I love to have people over, but I tend to live a fairly busy life, and I don't want to be in a panic when I have guests coming. I want to be able to relax and enjoy them. So any recipe that allows me to do some of the steps in the days prior, I really, really like. Today I'm going to show you one that I have fallen in love with. You start with a very humble ingredient, a white baking potato, and then stuff it with something impressive. Crab meat warmed in basil butter. You're gonna wanna try this. So we finished scooping out the potatoes. I began with 4 baking potatoes, baked them until they were very tender inside, cut them in half, and then scooped out all of the good meat that was in those potatoes, being careful to leave a thick enough shell so that I didn't have any bare spots, because these are going to function as the little baking dishes for the stuffing I'm going to put back into them. Time to mash the potato, which I have just scooped out. I want it to be almost creamy smooth. The next step now is where the really flavorful things begin to happen. I have a half stick of room temperature butter, and I'm going to add to it some freshly chopped basil. I'm going to mix that, get it thoroughly distributed throughout, and once you've done that, take about half of it, about 2 tablespoons worth, and put it into a skillet. So I want the butter to melt, and to it I'm going to add the crab. You see that we're using flaked crab here, not lump, but a really bountiful amount. Just going to stir the butter through it, spreading it out very well so as much as possible the crab is in contact with either the bottom or the sides of the skillet. Now I'm going to add the rest of the butter to that. Now I'm going to add a few more wonderful ingredients. Chopped spring onions, some minced garlic, always helps, chopped fresh dill, and now gently fold that in, as usual, making sure that every bite has some of every flavor present in it. The smell and the fresh herbs mixed with this crab meat is unbelievable. So I've now added all these wonderfully fresh herbs and seasonings to the crab, and I'm ready to bring this mix and the potatoes together. Add a few grinds of salt and pepper. And now I'm going to fold these together. Gently, of course. The crab is somewhat fragile. I don't want to break it down. Potatoes are a wee bit stiff, as mashed potatoes can be. So I'm going to just keep turning the bowl as I fold all of these ingredients together. And we have a generous amount to stuff back into these empty shells. You can't know ahead of time exactly how much stuffing you'll need for each potato, but we certainly have quite a generous amount. So fill it liberally, even heaping, and you can always go back and add more. I love this recipe because you can make them up to 2 days in advance of when you want to serve them. What that means is no panic on the day of your guests coming, and all you need to do is sprinkle them with cheese, run them under the broiler, and you're ready to go. One more step before it's ready to go in the oven. Freshly grated Parmesan cheese, sprinkled over top. And these potatoes are ready to go into the broiler. Look at these beauties. They have browned just ever so slightly on top, enough to give a bit of caramelized flavor. And I really think I need to test it before I serve it. When I cut this apart, I see all of the wonderful ingredients, those beautiful herbs, the fresh onions, the crab, the potato. This is subtly wonderful. We've brought together a humble potato, soft-spoken crab, very flavorful herbs. These potatoes will be the star at your next dinner party.